glad to see this full room. It's so nice to stand here and look at your wonderful faces. My name is Sanya Plavljanic from Croatia. I am a workshop teacher and a coach, and I mostly coach about courage and magic. I love those subjects, and that's also what I wrote about in the book. Did you hear, I'm sure you did, many times a song called You're Born to Be Alive, or Born to Be Alive? Yeah. And danced to it many times. Yeah. But did you really think about the words, about that sentence, how essential that sentence is? Like, you were born to be alive. It's like essence of our life purpose. Because really, we all came here to live our lives being alive, really feeling alive. And children feel very alive, and they spread their aliveness. And then teenagers also, our ATL juniors, they are really very alive. But what happens to many people after they start working and create families? Their aliveness subsides somehow. They get overloaded with a lot of things they have to do, and like a life sometimes becomes a long to-do list. And and people start living automatically, just doing life, just enduring life, just working out life, not really being alive. So I want to ask you, how many of you feel really totally alive, like from inside, like you love your life every day when you wake up, really enjoy your life every day? But there are usually some areas where we feel more alive and some others that we feel less alive. So if there are some areas where you don't feel alive anymore, even if it's your work or, I don't know, some relationship or your spare time, stop and think, is there some area of your life where you don't feel alive anymore? And if there is, maybe it's time to become alive again. To listen to your heart and ask it, what does it want for you? What do you really, really want for yourself in that area? And when you are trying to follow your dreams, I discovered there are 3 most important steps. So the first one is to allow yourself that your dream is possible, available for you, that you can really have it. Then the next step is to be able to let go of everything that you are holding on to, and you don't, in fact, you don't like it. It doesn't make you happy, but you are still holding on to that. It can be identification with your job, for example. I'll tell you about it more later in my example. And the third, very important step, is when you know what it is that your heart wants, to be crazy and brave and really go after it. Because what I also discovered that seriousness is very overstated. Everybody worships seriousness, but we should be more crazy. That's so important, because sometimes we are told to listen to common sense, but common sense is sometimes just nonsense. And what seems like nonsense can be the best thing that ever happened to you, if it's something that your heart tells you to do. So that's also how my story about my job evolved. I was an architect for 20 years. And after 20 years, I just felt I wanted to do something else. And it was interesting how the mind and the heart then start conversation, and minds try to be very clever and says all those things like, what do you want? Like, you have customers, like you have everything, you know, people are working for you, everything is in its place. Like, what do you want? What else would you be? You are an architect, crazy woman. And the heart says, but I would like to do something else, something more meaningful, something that would fill my heart with joy more. And my struggle took 2 years, you know, that talk. But then I allowed myself, okay, that what I want is possible. I don't know what it is, but I know it's possible. And then I had to let go of attachment to being an architect. Like, who am I if I'm not an architect? Everybody knows what an architect is, but now you want to be some woo-woo thing that you can't even explain to people. But when I let go of that attachment and thought, okay, I can never be an architect again, and I'm still okay, and I'm still worth, and I'm a worth human being, that's nice. And so I needed to do the crazy stuff. So one day, I just decided I want to meet my favorite teacher, Sanya. I loved her books. And I went online and found that she has a Caribbean cruise. She teaches at a Caribbean cruise half a year from that point. And at that point, I was at a terrible time in my marriage. We were nearly divorcing, and I didn't know what to do with my job, so it was totally confusing, and I didn't have money for that cruise. But I thought, I want to go to that cruise, and I want to take the kids with me. I have the money for the first payment, I'm going. So I went to the cruise, and that cruise really was the start of changing of my life. After that, everything was going in that way that I changed profession. I became a teacher. I am teaching people how to make their dreams come true. I love my job, and that new job brought me all over the world, made me meet so many, so wonderful people that if I didn't make the crazy move, I think I would just slowly die being an architect. Really, my soul would die inside. So, my question for you is, if you were to finish the sentence, one day I will, what is the finish of your sentence? Just finish it, please, for yourself. So what will you do one day? The time is today. So I'm inviting you to do something today in that direction. Something in direction of the thing that you've been wanting to do for a long time, that your heart has been wanting to do. Please do it today. Because when you do the brave step, the magic unfolds. Really. You can never imagine all the marvelous things that are waiting for you if you do this brave step towards something that you've been postponing and postponing for one day. Because we have this one life, and don't waste any day. Don't waste any day in not being alive in any part of your life. Because for me, this whole thing unfolded, and today I'm here in an international book. I could have never dreamed about it. But everything is possible. All your dreams are possible. So believe it, be crazy, be brave, be unique, be yourself, be alive.